Look, friends, welcome back. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Today, I want to share with you some books that I feel like would be for October specifically, more than just a fall TBR, but for October specifically. Now, I think I may have something here for a little bit of everybody. As you know, I am a thriller girly, so most of the books that I read are thrillers. However, I do have here today, I think maybe one romance and more of a contemporary, maybe, fiction. It is YA, and since I am here, actually, guys, I think I want to start off with what I am currently reading. I am currently reading We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clower, and I'm once again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, so I am so sorry if I am not. I am currently doing this book on a vlog, so most of my updates and my final thoughts will be on that vlog. But I did want to add this book as an option. This is, I don't know that I really want to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to just tell you a little bit. So we're talking about this couple, Eve and Charlie is her partner, that decide to purchase a house. It's out somewhere in the woods somewhere, child. And it's far out there. And they decide to purchase this house. They usually buy houses and flip them, okay? So they bought this very spooky house. Now, actually on here it doesn't look that spooky, but from page 1, the description of this house and all of that will give you creepiness all day long. So they buy this house, very shortly. I can't even remember, and I'm reading the book and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure based on the story, they jump right in. These people show up at the door. I know that they have not even been able to unpack yet. So it was real soon after they moved in. This family comes to the door. This man asked her if she would mind if he could show his wife and kids the house because he used to live there. This girl let this man in, and his family, we're just going to be a few minutes, and needless to say, it seems like it is a real big struggle to get them to leave. Now, why would this be a good October book? Because, y'all, by chapter 1, okay? By chapter 1, I was so freaked out. And it just may be because of my level of scariness, because it don't take much. It don't take much. And y'all know I don't do horror. So the creepiest things start happening. First of all, just the description of the kids will have me like, I don't think y'all could come in here, okay? But I'm telling you, if you're looking for something atmospheric, creepy, scary, I'll say horror even, because it was horrible to me what is going on in this book. I would definitely suggest this as an October read, okay? The next book that I want to share with you, now this is actually, the cover gives me fall vibes, even though they're flowers, it still gives me fall vibes, but the main reason why I'm picking this book is because of the ghost, all right? The Ghost, and that is Afterlife by Gail Foreman. Now, this is a YA novel, and if you're looking for something really quick to read, this is the book for you. So here you have, and I'm not gonna try to remember all the names because I read this a while ago, but I do remember the name of this young girl on here because it's the same name as my daughter. So you have Amber here, who is coming from school one day. She's riding her bike. She pulls up in front of her house. The mother comes outside and starts screaming. Why is she screaming? Because this baby girl passed away 7 years ago. She was hit by a car. So her mother is like thinking she's seeing a ghost at this point. So that's what this story is about in a nutshell. You get to, see how the mother, I think she has a sister, her father, how all of them are dealing with this, because I do remember they were struggling really, really bad with grief and all the things. But this one even had kind of a spin, a little twist to it as well. So I really think that you would enjoy it. I mean, there go your little fall vibes with the browns and whatnot. So there you go. This next book, really does not need an introduction because so many people talk about it. She's a very well-known author, and that was Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. If you look at that cover, to me, even though it has little pink flowers or whatever those are, petals, it looks like, it still look creepy. And so in this story, I'm trying to see if I can remember. In this story, you have a lady whose daughter went missing. Her daughter went missing. She's been struggling with it for the last 10 years. She meets this guy finally and decides, you know what? I need to get my life together. She's still not giving up on the fact of trying to find her daughter. But she wants to go ahead and see if she can continue on with her life. So as she does that, she meets this guy. This guy has a couple of kids. For sure, one of them is a daughter. I think both of them. I think she may have had two. Let me see. Yeah, I think he had a couple of daughters. But the youngest daughter, she looks just like Ellie, who is the main female character. She looks just like her daughter. And so you go through this story, it's definitely some really good twisted turns in this. Like I said, I don't think it is as creepy, but more because of the cover, that I felt like, this would be a good October read. Next we have That's Not My Name, okay, by Megan Lally. I really enjoyed this. Now, this got creepy all over it. This has creepy all over it. The little house out there in the woods, all the things. This one was really, really good. I believe I may have even gave this book a 5-star. This book is about a girl, once again, who goes missing. She wakes up on she doesn't go missing. She wakes up on the side of the road and she doesn't know how she's gotten there. She can't remember anything. The police, end up taking her to the station. And then this man shows up saying that he's her father. He's showed all the credentials, everything that he needed to show, to prove that she was his daughter. She is his daughter. And then he takes her home. All right. On the other end, there's another story taking place. You have, Drew, who is out with his girlfriend, Lola, and they get into an argument on the side of the road, and Lola ends up getting out of the car, stumping off. I guess she's trying to cool off because they, been arguing or whatnot. And the girl goes missing. So they are believing that Drew had something to do with her disappearance. Somehow these two stories are going to collide, and there you have it. Such a good book, and I think you'll love it for October. Next, we have Riley Sager, The Only One Left. Y'all. This one, I'm telling you, this is what they call like a gothic thriller or horror, whatnot. And it definitely gives off all those vibes. It definitely gives off all those vibes. I'm going to try to remember it. I believe the main character, her name was Lenora, and her whole family was massacred. All of them except her. And so, you know, the community, people that are around, everyone's saying that she killed her old family. But mind you, Lenora is never, she never goes to prison or is charged with that murder. However, she will not speak. She has not spoken. And she has a housekeeper that comes in to take care of her. I think it's something else with her. She can only use, well, supposedly she can only use like her hand. And she doesn't speak. So she has someone, the caregiver, to come in, take care of her. And then during the caregiver stay there, she's able to get Lenora to type out. She's trying to get her to talk about what happened and all of the things. And I'm telling you, this is so twisted, but it's so good. Okay? I'm sure you will enjoy it. This next book is also a 5-star for me. And I have to say that the majority of the books that I'm showing you were either 4 or 5 stars. So I'm not giving y'all nothing that I didn't give at least 4 or 5 stars. Okay. But maybe 1. Let me take that back. I may have 1. But it was still good. Okay. So Do What Godmother Says by Ella Stratton. This is absolutely my favorite book by this author. Oh my gosh, I love this book so much. You have Charisse, who is the granddaughter of, and I can't remember her grandma's name. Let me see if I can find it, because I know this has been a long time since I read this. I don't even know. It doesn't say her name on the back of this book, her grandmother's name, but Shanice, she lost a man, lost her job, child, everything that went happening to her. So in her free time, she goes to her grandmother's house. And her grandmother's trying to get her to help, you know, kind of clean up, do some little cleaning, getting rid of stuff or whatnot. So Shanice comes across this painting, which is a family heirloom, okay? And in finding this family heirloom, her grandmother really wants her to take this picture. I think from what I can remember, Shanice at first was like, no, I don't want it, because the picture is kind of like, I guess, a little creepy or whatnot. And then as Shanice starts to dig a little deeper into trying to find out what this picture is about, she finds out that the person who painted the picture had something to do with the Harlem Renaissance. And so she runs into this other lady, which that is who they call the godmother. And this lady is really, really wanting to get this picture from her, and a lot of crazy stuff just start happening, y'all. And it just gets really bad. I mean, the twists and turns are crazy in this book. Another crazy thing about it is this is based off of true events, okay? So that's what I really found very, very interesting. So you have a little historical fiction going on in here, and along with you know, a bunch of twists and turns, It was so good. I would definitely recommend this one. Look at that cover for October. The last book that I've actually read, because I have also a stack that I haven't read yet, but I want to definitely put in my possibilities for October. But before we do that, we're going to do We Live Here Now by Sarah Pembroke. I actually just finished this book not too long ago. I did a vlog on this book as well. So if you have not seen that vlog, I invite you to go try to find that video. It should be somewhere real close to get all of my thoughts on this book. Now, if I don't do spoilers. I really try my best not to do spoilers. So if you are one that really wants to go into a book blind, and, you know, then don't go watch the vlog, but come back and watch it when you finish, okay? But this one was really good as well. In this book, you have a wife and her husband. So what was her name? Emily. Emily was in an accident. I think she had some kind of head trauma or whatnot. And her husband, while she was in the hospital, her husband decided that it would probably be really good to, move her out into the country of London somewhere. And he bought her this house. And so he decided that he wanted to take her there. And it's a backstory to their relationship that's kind of tripped out in itself. But he takes her to this house. And right away, crazy stuff started happening, y'all. Books falling off shelves. There's a nail that keeps appearing in the floor even after she done pulled it out. You got this raven, okay, which is another POV actually in this book, that keeps flying, that sits on a branch and watches the house. You have the third floor of the house where it's just so creepy. She feels a presence anytime she even gets near the steps. Okay, which I don't even know why she's doing it then. Okay, but that's a whole nother thing. But it's so crazy because her husband doesn't seem to see the same things that she does. So then, they're feeling like her mind playing tricks on her, whatnot. And it is really good. There's a lot of twists and turns. I think actually on this one, I may not have given it a 4-star. I may have given it a 4-star or close to it. It's still good. It's worth the read. It's a very short book. And the chapters are very short. I really think you would enjoy it. This was a new release, actually. When it just released like a couple of weeks ago, I think. Don't misquote. Don't let me misquote. I know it came out this year. I think it was a few weeks ago. It just came out. It just came out. Sprayed edges. It's all that. I would definitely suggest this for October. Now, this next set of books, I have not read these yet. However, when I was looking through my bookshelves, trying to figure out what I wanted to read for, what I wanted to possibly read for October, I grabbed these books. Most of these books you probably won't even recognize the author. I wanted to definitely pick some choices that I have not already seen. And I want to read, authors that I'm not hearing a lot about. So anyway, I'm going to start with this one. And this is absolutely the cover, the vibes of the cover that made me choose this book, because I don't even believe that it takes place in the fall. I'm not sure. But it is Confessions in B Flat by Donna Hill. And this is more of a historical fiction as well, but it's a love story. So that's where the romance come in. Okay, y'all, I said I was going to get somebody a little bit of everything. So this one, I think, do I want to read this? Because I'm just going to read a little bit. Because I don't know a whole lot about this book other than it is a romance. So the year is 1963 in Harlem, the epicenter of Black culture. The fight for equality has never been stronger. The time is now. Enough is enough. Yet even within its ranks, a different kind of battle rages. Love thy neighbor or rise up against your oppressors. Jason Tanner just arrived in New York to help spread the message of his mentor, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., of passive resistance, while beat poet Anita Hopkins believes the teachings of Malcolm X with all her heart. That the way to true freedom is by any means necessary. When Jason sees Anita perform her poetry at the iconic B Flat Lounge, he's transfixed, and Anita has never met anyone who could catch her wit like this. Okay? So you're going to get a little historical fiction. You're going to get a love story. Okay? Think this will be good. This next one, y'all. Now, this is definitely creep, 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 creep. All right? Luther said it, honey. Creep, 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 creep. Look, Lone Woman by Victor Lavelle. Look at that. Look at that creepy cover. All right? I don't know much about this particular story, but the reason why I chose it was because this is a woman back in 1915 who traveled with some sort of, what is it, a case, some sort of trunk or something. But the crazy thing is that anytime she was around people with the trunk, they disappeared. Okay? That's all we need to know. We need to find out why these people is disappearing, what's in this trunk, and why this book is so creepy. Okay? And so there you have it. Then I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It does give me creepy vibes. Yeah, it does. And this is a thriller that I've been wanting to read. I love Riley Sager. And I just felt like, once again, you have your atmospheric situation going on here. I believe, let me see. This is about an actress, who tries to escape a streak of bad press. So she was retreated to this lake house in Vermont. Then she spends her time watching this couple who is across the lake. And then I guess eventually something happens and somebody dies, child. And or becomes unalived, all right? And then stuff starts to unfold at that point. I picked this one, like I said, once again, because of the cover, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. The next book, once again, was because of the cover. It was giving me fall vibes. And not only that, you can't go wrong with S.A. Cosby. You cannot go wrong with S.A. Cosby. Razor Blade Tears. Yes, this is going to be good for sure. Don't know if it's taking place in the fall or not. But here you have, I believe this is let me see. I don't know much. Let me read. I'm going to read just a little bit of this one because I don't think I remember exactly what this one is about. Let's see. Ike Randolph has been out of jail for 15 years with not so much a speeding ticket in all time, but a black man with cops at the door knows to be afraid. The last thing he expects to hear is that his son, Isaiah, has been murdered along with Isaiah's white husband, Derek. Okay, so in this story, you have a gay couple who is murdered, and one father was in prison before, which I believe that was Ike's, and then the other, Derek's father, Buddy Lee, he also has a criminal background. So they end up partnering up together, even though they don't approve of their son's, relationship. They decide to partner up together and find out who murdered their son, and they're going to be dealing with that. Okay, they're going to I don't know what they're going to do to him, but if you read S.A. Cosby's book, something about to happen. Something about to go down, okay? And I'm going to find out what it is. Oh, my goodness. This next book. Yes, there is snow on this book, but this is definitely creepy vibes. This is definitely, I feel like, a book that you would want to read if you're trying to get that atmospheric, scary thing going on here. And that is The Sanitarium by Sarah Peirce. This would definitely be a new author that I'd be reading for me. Half hidden by the forest and overshadowed by the threatening peaks, La Samant has always been a sinister place. Long plagued by trouble rumors, the former abandoned sanitarium has since been renovated into a 5-star minimalist hotel. An imposing, isolated getaway spot. See, there we go with the isolation, okay? The Swiss Alps in the last place Ellen Warner wants to be, but Ellen's taking time off from her job as a detective. So when her estranged brother Isaac and his fiancee Laura invite her to celebrate their engagement at the hotel, Ellen really has no reason not to accept. Surviving in the midst of a threatening storm, Ellen immediately feels on edge. There's something about the hotel that makes her nervous. Okay? That's all we got to say. That's all we got to say. When you start feeling stuff, it's time to be concerned. It's time to be concerned. And we definitely need to find out what that is. This next book is The House in the Pines by Anna Reeves. And I did hear some things about this book, but I don't know if y'all can see that little house. It looked real creepy to me. It looked real creepy to me. I'm not staying nowhere like that. Surrounded by all them trees. No, not me. All right. You have Maya, who's a high school senior, whose best friend, her best friend literally dropped dead in front of somebody. She is really close with her 7 years later. Maya lives in Boston with a loving boyfriend and is kicking a secret addiction that has allowed her to cope with what happened years ago, the gaps in her memories and lost time that she cannot account for. But her past comes rushing back when she sees a recent YouTube video in which a young woman suddenly kills over and dies in a diner while sitting across from the same man that her friend died in front of. Okay? So, yeah, that got creepy written all over it. I think this is really going to be good. The next book I have is The Perfect Little Children by Sophie Hannah. I've been wanting to read a book from Sophie Hannah, and I think I would love to just start off with this one, okay? Little creep going on. You got this rusty little, what it looked like, some type of door keychain or whatnot. All Beth has to do is drive her son to his football game, watch him play, and then return home. Just because she knows her ex-best friend's lives near the field doesn't mean she has to drive past her house and try to catch a glimpse of her. Why would Beth do that and think dredging up paint? Why would Beth do that and risk dredging up painful memories? She hasn't seen Flora for 12 years. She doesn't want to see her today or ever again, but can't resist. She parks outside the open gates of Newham House and watches from across the road as Flora arrives and calls to her children, Thomas and Emily, to get out of the car, except there's something terribly wrong. Flora looks the same, oh my gosh, only older. 12 years ago, Flora and Emily were 5 and 3. Today, they look precisely as they did then. They are no taller, no different from when Beth last saw them. They are Thomas and Emily without a doubt. Beth heard Flora call them by their names, but why haven't they grown? How is it possible they are still the same two perfect little children Beth knew no more than a decade ago? If that don't say creepy, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. Oh, gosh. I've set myself up, y'all. I'm telling you. This next book is The Only Child by Kate Nunn, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I mean, it is a woman. I'm thinking that's Kate. But if not, I'm sorry. The Only Child. We got all these books about these kids now. All right. They have here, almost every graduating class had a girl who disappeared. A long close home for fallen women is the site of horrors, old and new, in this historical thriller. 1949, during the coldest winter Seattle has seen in decades, pregnant 16-year-old Bridget Ryan arrives at Fairmile, a home for fallen women, run by the Catholic Church on a remote island in Puget Sound. She and her baby will disappear before the snow melts. Sounds like it's going to be good. Sounds like they got y'all. They always got somebody on a remote island somewhere, okay? But we're going to find out what happened. The last book that I have for you guys for my October recommendations is Farewell Amnesty. I'm having a hard, I'm tongue-tied. Amnesty by Walter Mosley. This is another author whose books I have been trying to get into. So this will be a first read for me by this author. I mean, it looked creepy. It looked creepy. Yes, it do. January 1970 finds Ezekiel Easy Rollins, LA's premier black detective, at 50 years of age, despite all expectations. He has a loving family, a beautiful home, and a thriving investigation agency. All is right with the world, and then Amnestine Stoller, his own personal Helen of Troy, arrives. Her ex-husband is missing. A simple enough case, but even as Easy takes his first step in the investigation, he trips. He falls into the memory of things past, little things like lost love, a world war, a hunger that has eaten at him since he was a black boy on his own on the streets of Fifth Ward, Houston, Texas. The missing ex and a young white man named Kurt Fields is found dead. We're going to stop right there. We are going to stop right there. It's giving creepy vibes. We just going to have to see. All right? So, friends, that is all of the recommendations that I have for you for October. Now, what will I actually put on my TBR? That's going to be in another video. So, until next time, friends, keep being who you are, and that's a star. So, keep shining. Bye.